In the wilderness at the foot of Mount Sinai the Israelites encamped. God had delivered them from Egypt and now, he called them to be his people, set apart in holiness. You shall be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy. This was the foundation of their covenant relationship. To approach a holy God, the Israelites needed a means of atonement. God provided a system of sacrifices, the burnt offering symbolizing total dedication, the grain offering an expression of gratitude, the peace offering celebrating fellowship, the sin offering for unintentional sins, the guilt offering addressing specific wrongs. Through these rituals, the people acknowledged their sin and sought reconciliation with God. Each sacrifice pointed to the need for a perfect atonement. God appointed Aaron and his sons as priests to mediate between himself and the people. They were to maintain purity and follow God's commands precisely. Their role was vital, for they represented the people before God and God before the people. Holiness was not confined to rituals alone, it permeated every aspect of life. The Holiness Code in Leviticus 17-26 outlined ethical and moral conduct, respecting the sanctity of life, loving one's neighbor as oneself, practicing justice and fairness, caring for the poor and the stranger. These laws were a reflection of God's character and his desire for his people to live righteously. Once a year on the Day of Atonement, the high priest entered the innermost part of the tabernacle to make atonement for the sins of the entire nation. 2 goats were used. One was sacrificed as a sin offering. The other, the scapegoat, had the sins of the people confessed over it and was sent into the wilderness, symbolically carrying away their iniquities. This act demonstrated God's provision for forgiveness and the removal of sin. God instituted sacred times for the people to gather and remember his acts of salvation. Passover commemorated the exodus from Egypt. Feast of Weeks celebrated the first fruits of the harvest. Day of Trumpets marked the beginning of the civil year. Day of Atonement provided national reconciliation. Feast of Tabernacles reminded them of their wilderness journey. These festivals fostered community, remembrance, and a deeper relationship with God. Every 50th year, the year of Jubilee was observed. Debts were forgiven, land was returned to its original owners, and individuals were freed from servitude. This practice ensured justice, equity, and the preservation of familial inheritance. God set before the people blessings for obedience and curses for disobedience. He promised to be their God and to dwell among them if they followed his commands. However, failure to uphold the covenant would lead to consequences, including exile and hardship. Leviticus concludes with a call to covenant faithfulness. The people are reminded of God's holiness, his provisions, and the importance of living according to his laws. By doing so, they would experience his presence and blessings. Be holy, for I am holy.